Mega Mike the Movie Man here with an awesome pregame show here early morning, maybe afternoon, depending on where you're at. But we're going to talk about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This is just a live show to get us hyped for the movie because I know we're excited for this one. I can't wait to talk about this one. But I am not here alone. I have some amazing super guests to bring out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out our first super friend. Let's go ahead and add Benny in here. Benny, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience out there, the Mega League of Film fans.
How's it going, Mega League? It's Benny. Thank you for having me back. I'm ready for this. I'm hyped. Let's do it.
All right, awesome. So you guys know how this live show works, just like our other pregame shows. We're going to go over 10 predetermined questions. So I have those ready to go. So I'll show those up on screen. Also, go ahead and leave in the comments any questions you have about Wakanda Forever. We love to read those comments out live. We love to get answers to all your super questions out there. So let's make this interactive. Leave lots and lots of comments, of course. Definitely do that. Also, like the video, smash that like button. It really helps. It only takes a quick second. And then, of course, if you discover this channel for the first time, maybe you watch this on the replay out there, maybe you get referred to this channel by a super friend, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we're going to have awesome pre-game shows, post-game shows for all the big blockbuster movies, plus a ton of great physical media collecting content. So if you're a big collector out there of movies, I got that cover on the daily for you. Plus, out of the theater reactions for pretty much every movie that comes out, new release. I see 90-something% of movies out there. So I watch all the movies. So you guys don't have to. I'm going to recommend you what are the best movies to go and see so you can spend your money wisely. So if you want to save money and enjoy movies, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Become a part of the Mega League of Film fans. And right now, it's free 99. So just go ahead and click that subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and let's actually run through the comments just to see. Actually, we have a super friend flying in right now, just arrived. So let's go ahead and you guys know her, last American girl, the last one out there. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a little late. Turns out my superpowers were the beginning of super cold, so I'm currently recovering. Last American girl here, excited to be going back to the movies.
All right, awesome. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be a lot of fun. So let's kind of do a roll call here. Let's run through the comments real quick, and then we'll get into our first question. All right, we got our long-term mega fan here. Craig says, hi, Mike and guest. Thank you, Craig, for always supporting the channel. You're always in here all the time, watching every video on the daily. So we totally appreciate it. So thank you so much. I can't wait to get everybody hyped up for this movie out there. I know my hype level is starting to build. So let's take a look. We got Movie Hunter 2020 here. Afternoon, everyone. Smash that like button. Yeah, like button.
Yep,
Very easy to do. Really helps the channel. Let's please the YouTube algorithm out there. All right, we got Evil Kangaroo. Evil Kangaroo is amazing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, once again, I'll make another plug in here. Definitely add me on Instagram, Mega Mike the Movie Man, to see some cool different things I add on. But Evil Kangaroo totally made a jack-o'-lantern out of my Mega Mike icon for Halloween. So if you want to see that picture, you got to be on the
really
Instagram.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, it was super cool. Evil Kangaroo, you are amazing. That meant the world to me. So thank you so much. Yeah, it was fantastic. But definitely follow me on Instagram just to get, a little bit of extra stuff with pictures and whatnot, like cool little things like that. All right, got Mega Movie Mom in here saying hello, Mega Movie Mom. All right, Evil Kangaroo again. Hey, last American girl, glad to see you all here for the show. Yes, of course. We can't do this without our super friends here. We need everybody together.
This is the dream team.
Yes, exactly. All right, Evil Kangaroo says, hope you get better. American. I see Evil Kangaroo is the best. He just sends the best well wishes out there. Excellent. Craig says, do you think they will do a tribute to Chadwick Boseman? We will get to a question on that, so I'm going to save that till we get to the question. But I do think so. But we'll talk a little bit more once we get there. All right, Hisham says, hello, everyone. By the way, last American girl. Oh, All right, there you go. Last American Girl, you got some fans out there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hey, I have a good smile too.
Yeah, what about Benny?
And Benny, what about
Man.
Benny? Don't forget about Benny's smile out there. Benny has the best smile as well.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, let's get into these questions. Yeah. All right. Question 1: how do you feel about where we are at with the MCU? I don't know if I phrased that question correctly. Who knows? But MCU right now. Okay, we've talked about this before, but I got to bring it up again because I'm a big MCU fan. You guys know superhero movies is my favorite genre, and I feel MCU has kind of lost its way. But all hope is not lost because I think Wakanda Forever can correct this. If we can hit it out of the ballpark with Wakanda Forever, I think we can get back on the right track. But I do think MCU is kind of overloaded right now with a ton of projects, both movie and TV. Once you try to start doing more, of course, quality controls are going to decrease. Just overall, it makes sense. So I would prefer them to do less and more quality. But that's just me. I know some people love all the MCU content. They want all the Disney Plus shows. They want as many movie projects as they can get. So that does worry me a little bit, but I have faith that these upcoming years is going to change course a little bit. But Benny, what do you think? How are you feeling about
No,
that
I agree.
right now?
Over the years, it has taken a decline, but like you said, I would prefer quantity over quality, or quality over quantity. Oh, my bad about that. Yeah, because they've just been popping out a bunch of stuff, like from all the shows to all the movies, back to back to back, and it's kind of overloading on stuff like that. So let's hope this next movies or the next two, because I heard the Ant-Man one's supposed to be good too and help bring it all together. Let's hope these two help bring it back up to the level that we expect of the MCU.
Awesome. And then Last American Girl, what are your thoughts on this question?
I think what you were saying is that we're heading in a different direction with the MCU. So the focus hasn't lately been too much on their new movies, rather on their shows. We keep getting show after show after show. But I personally, and we've discussed this in the previous stream, is that I like the shows better. And I think the shows give it a slow enough pace that give it that quality over quantity sort of thing. But again, as we've discussed in another stream, it's just gotten so complicated.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost myself.
Yeah.
Like it's all over the place right now where before we know where the path was going, right? We knew Infinity
Mhm.
War was all building up. There was the little hints of Thanos throughout. There was the little Infinity Stones in different movies. Like it was all building up to something, and it was a pretty clear path. Here, I'm completely lost. I don't know what's going on. It is madness in the MCU. And just when we're like, okay, let's try to figure it out. All right, we got an Avengers movie. They throw 2 Avengers movies and get me all
Yep.
confused again. We get Secret Wars and we get King Dynasty. Like, what's going on? How are those going to be connected? So it's madness in the MCU. I don't know what's happening. Like, oh my goodness. So hopefully it does come together all at the end because that's what I would prefer, kind of a singular story. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, now let's see if we got some comments here before we head to the next question. All right. And once again, make sure everybody in the audience, you're leaving lots of comments, questions. We like
Yep.
to make these shows interactive. So any questions you have about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, MCU in general, and try to keep the questions to that. Because of course that's what the show is all about today. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, we are there. Okay. Okay. No, all right. No Atlantis, no Trident MCU, changes character, everything.
Yep.
Maybe they don't want to compare with Aquaman. Is that a
Yep.
question? I don't know if that's a question or comment.
I get what he's saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
Benny, you decipher that for us. What is that all about?
He's talking about Namor, the new guy that's
Namor.
getting introduced into Black Panther 2. He is basically like an Aquaman of the MCU, but they're changing a bunch of things to make him different from Aquaman. So he doesn't have a trident. He's not from Atlantis, and he's more with like an Aztec background to it. I think that's what he's trying to
Okay, yeah,
say in his comment.
That makes sense. I mean, literally MCU and DC DCU, however you want to say, just going back to their comic book origins, they have always copied each other. So you can find any
Yep.
superhero on one side that's very close to the superhero on the other side. Like you got Doctor Strange, you got Doctor Fate, both magic characters. You got Swamp Thing, you got Man Thing. They even kept half the name in there. Like they look the same. It's once again, I mean, that's just how comic books go. They're competing. So, but I like that competition because hopefully that makes them step up their game. And like how you said, hey, we're going to change this character, make them different from the other side, and hopefully make improvements onto the character. So that's what the competition is all about. So hopefully it works out okay. All right. Let's see. Craig says, who do you think is the star of the movie, or is this a group effort, and who is the villain? Good question here, because I really have, and once again, we'll probably talk a little bit more detail on this once we get the story plots, but I think this is going to be more of a group effort kind of movie because it says Wakanda Forever. So that to me means like all of Wakanda coming together. So that's my guess, just based off the title. And then the villain, once again, I don't really know who the villain is. My initial guess would be Namor. But once again, I haven't looked into any of the plot leaks or anything like that. I just know what I know from the trailers and trying to piece things together. So my guess is Namor at least is going to be a big part of it initially. But I don't know. It could go off the rails. We'll see. Let's see. Hisham says, do you guys have a theory about Doctor Doom and Black Panther? I don't know if Doctor Doom is going to be in there. That'd be cool, but I mean,
I think if anything, it'll be a post-credit scene.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how far along they're on to Fantastic Four, right? It's just announced. I don't even think they've begun production, right?
No, I don't think so. I think like they're still finding the cast for it. I'm pretty sure maybe they're in the process of writing the story, but I don't think it's in actual production or making the movie part.
I don't even think they settled on their Reed Richards, right?
Yeah,
No,
they've
they
been
haven't.
back and forth between that too. So I guess they're in early pre-production phase. So I have no idea. Doctor Doom, he's a really cool villain. It just depends if they write the character well. So I don't want them to force any character in that doesn't fit the story. To me, it's focus on the story, what characters match with the story, then go with that. I mean, you can make any character an interesting character as long as it fits with the story. It's well-written character. They got a good character arc, blah, 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 blah. You know, they mesh well with everybody. So just depends on the movie they're trying to tell. All right, let's see. Movie Hunter 2020 says, with the new direction Marvel is going, we have to take these origin stories as they are. Once we get the characters in line, we'll figure out their directions. Yeah, I love good origin stories. I mean, Marvel has had amazing origin stories of like Iron Man, Captain America. I love the first Thor movie. So I would say get back to telling good origin stories and then have it come together, you know, with an Avengers movie and whatnot. We have gotten away from that. I've noticed a little bit. We haven't been getting those solid origin stories. But let's see.
But a lot of Phase 4 has been about introducing like a bunch of new characters into the MCU. So maybe they're trying to do that, but it's just not hitting the mark as well as they were hoping.
Yeah, and they've been introducing a lot of them through the TV show. So not a lot of origin story movies per se. It's been a lot of sequels, right? So yeah, I can't remember the last like good origin MCU movie, right? There hasn't been one because even Black Widow was like a prequel origin kind of thing, so I'm not going to count that. Rest I think have been sequels for the most part. All right, let's see.
Yeah, you're right. They have.
All right, let's jump into the next question, and then we will go back to the comments. So everybody keep leaving those great comments and questions. All right, so number 2, how did you like the first Black Panther movie? So I totally woke up early, like 7 o'clock in the morning, to watch Black Panther, so you know I could have a good basis for this question. And you know what? This movie has gotten better to me. I remember, you know, liking it overall when I first saw it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. I think I would have put it around mid-high tier for Marvel. Was it ever in my top list of Marvel? But watching it again, I really like it. It's a solid story. And this one, correct me if I'm wrong out there, but this one won Best Picture, right? Am I correct on that?
It might have. I don't remember.
Okay.
Which one? The first?
Yeah, you all in the comments below, my movie fans out there, let me know if it did win Best Picture. I know it was nominated. I think it did win Best Picture. I think it was the first superhero movie in history to win Best
It
Picture.
was nominated for Best Music and more.
I think it was Best Picture, but you guys in the
It was
comments,
nominated. Oh,
I think it did. Am I wrong?
Can't
We'll
tell.
see. Fans out there, let us know. But I really liked the first Black Panther movie. I thought it was an interesting story. I really liked the dynamic between T'Challa, Wakanda, and then like the outside world, how they wanted to be separate and they had all this awesome technology, but they didn't want to release it to the world because they're afraid, okay, that's going to cause more war and destruction. We want to keep hidden from the rest of the world. But then you got Killmonger, who's kind of a person between two worlds, right? He has the Wakanda origins, but then he's kind of living outside that society in the rest of the world, and then basically has this, I guess, rivalry or this vendetta or revenge he wants to go on, right, for his father and all this, terribleness that happened to him when he was a kid, right? That he experienced. And I love that dynamic. I think Killmonger is amazing. Michael B. Jordan, right, played Killmonger.
Yep.
He was awesome in the movie. Great character. I really also liked Ulysses Claw. Was awesome by Andy Serkis. Excellent performance there. So the villains were really cool in the movie. I love that. But all the characters were great. I mean, the casting was awesome. You got Ibaku, who was awesome. And I really liked how they just showed the culture of Wakanda, right? The different tribes, the rituals they had. Like, it felt very authentic to like that comic book kind of story. It was really cool. A great production, costume designs. I mean, everything really well written story. All the scenery was excellent with the cinematography. So to me, the story, it was awesome. I really like Black Panther. Once again, I don't know if I would put it in my top 10 of all time because, I mean, there's so many good MCU movies out there. But I will say it's a really good, solid movie. I really enjoyed watching it again. Benny, what do you think of Black Panther, that first movie?
Basically, everything you just said, I agreed on. It was a solid movie. It was great actors. Ulysses Claw was great. I actually cosplayed him for one of the Comic Cons, so I was a fan of that. Michael B. Jordan killed it as Killmonger, and Angela Bassett was great as the Queen. Basically, everybody was good, and then the music was great. The costume was great. The action scenes were good. The way they had advanced technology that the other people didn't have, and they were able to utilize it but keep it in. It was just a well done. I think I'd put it in my top 10 of MCUs.
Dang.
I think I would.
That's amazing. And I'm totally okay with that because it is so good. To me, it's just like there's so many good MCU movies. Like, the make top 10s really always going to be difficult. But it is a solid movie. Last American Girl, what do you think of that first Black Panther movie?
I agree with everything you guys are saying. And part of the reason I think that it was nominated for a best picture, it looks like Green Book won it in 2019.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Green Book was really good. But nominated,
that's fair.
But nominated.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it was nominated is because it's such a good standalone movie. We keep discussing about how with Marvel movies, you have to have watched so many other things prior, and you have to keep watching and watch all the shows. You have to do, as you call it, Mike, homework in order to go to these movies. And Black Panther was one of the first ones to be great standalone. It had a couple of things that involved other prior movies, but that wasn't the focus. That wasn't the center. And another main point that you guys make is that the cast is just phenomenal. We've got Michael B. Jordan, the late Chadwick Boseman, Angela Bassett. Such a fantastic cast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I'm glad you brought up that point that it was a movie where you didn't really have to see the other MCU movies, because when I was watching it again, I'm like, you know what? You're right. I didn't have to really see any of the other MCU movies before it. Now, yeah, if you did see it, maybe you would get a couple little more things like, okay, how Ulysses Claw like got his claw, right? With
Yep.
Avengers, what the second one, Age of Ultron,
Age
right?
of Ultron.
But that was
Yeah.
the only thing I could really think of where, and then also, of course, Civil War with what happened, the Chadwick's Black Panther, T'Challa's dad in that movie, right? But then it shows a flashback of that anyway, so you
Yep.
didn't necessarily need to see Civil War for it. So really, it was a really good self-contained story, which is excellent. And once again, I want us to get back to that with the MCU. Once again, solid standalone origin stories that where if you see other MCU movies, okay, that's awesome. Maybe it connects in some way, shape, or form, but it still can stand on its own as just a really good movie. I do want to, hopefully MCU gets back to that just a little bit more. But yeah, let's check out these comments. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, Hisham says, "What's your favorite Chadwick Boseman non-MCU movie?" So I need to see more of his previous movies because I've heard great things about them. But I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Have I seen any other? What was that one war one? I think I saw it on streaming one time. I totally forgot what it was. Was it a Vietnam War one? It was something like that, but I'm totally forgetting what it was called. Can any of you guys think of any other Chadwick Boseman movies?
I know he was in some baseball movie.
Oh
yeah, 42.
42.
42.
That one was good.
That one was real good.
I'm not typically a fan of sports movies, but that one was enjoyable.
Yeah, and he's had other movies too that I definitely need to get caught up on. So that's going to definitely be a homework assignment for me one of these days.
More content.
All right, Evil Kangaroo says, "I mainly look forward to Wakanda Forever because of Okoye. She's a pretty cool character, and the actor is in The Walking Dead." Oh, okay, I didn't know that she was in The Walking Dead. Oh, is that the one that plays the love interest? Is that the one, or which one
Okoye
is that?
She's the general of
of the guards, right?
Of the guard, yeah. She's the main general.
She is awesome. Oh
She's
my
great.
goodness. Her action scenes work so cool. And she showed up in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? I think for a moment.
No, that was one of the other soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guards are really, really cool. I mean, their action sequences are phenomenal. So yeah, excited to see her. All right, Evil King says, "Are you looking forward to the heart stuff going on in Wakanda Forever?" I believe she's getting a heart stuff. Oh, Ironheart.
Ironheart.
Didn't they say they were making Ironheart a movie now? I think they changed it to a movie if I'm remembering correctly. Do you guys know anything about that?
I think I think it's still going to be a show.
Still going to be a show. Okay, I thought
she's getting introduced in she's getting introduced in this movie, and then she's going to get her own show.
All right. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I just hope the movie isn't overstuffed. Like they put too many characters. Because I know sometimes movies will do that. They'll plug in too many characters. As long as it serves the story and it flows correctly, I'm all for it. Let's see. Hisham says, "What's your favorite scene from the first Black Panther movie?" Anything with Killmonger. Actually, you know what? I really like the Killmonger and Ulysses Claw scene where they show up at the museum. And like Killmonger's just giving the history because I'm a big history buff. So when he's just kind of going over the history, and he's like, "You know what? I want this mask." Like he's like, "Oh, is it Wakandan?" And he's like, "No, I just kind of dig it." You know, like I just thought that was such a cool moment. I'm like, "Ooh, Killmonger! You're such an awesome villain." You know, like he's one of my favorite MCU villains. Actually, he's really cool. All right. Oh wait, do you guys have any favorite scene you wanted to mention out of that first one?
Probably the scene where Killmonger and T'Challa actually fight by the waterfall. Their actual main fight to try to. Yeah, I thought that was really well done. The choreography was great, and then the dialogue between them was also great.
Oh yeah, that was brutal, and Killmonger won. I love when they give a chance for the villain to win because so many times in superhero movies it's like, okay, the hero wins everything. I'm happy the villain got a little bit of a win in there, so that was really cool. Last American Girl, any scene you remember that you liked?
For me, it's anytime they're in the lab and it's just the technology, and it's such a difference from what we would see with Iron Man and his labs.
Oh yeah,
I think those scenes are just so cool.
Oh yeah, Siri's a really cool character. I love the gauntlets. I gave you those in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
The gauntlets. If you guys seen the thumbnail. But yeah, the science stuff is really cool too. How they mix that in there. Let's see, Evil Kangaroo. Yes, it was nominated for Best Picture. It's also 96%. Now that's an amazing Rotten Tomatoes score. I didn't even know it was that high. Wow, 96%. That's amazing. But yeah, nominated. I think it was the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture. I know Logan won for Best Script, if I'm remembering correctly, but for Best Picture, I think was the first one nominated. Now, I don't know if I would say that was my favorite superhero movie of the year, because I think Infinity War came out that year, right? And then I would go with Infinity War.
I think it did, yeah.
And then also Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I actually probably would say I preferred over that
actually,
one.
I think Spider-Verse won Best Animated.
Best Animated, yeah. Oh, I hate that Best Animated category, though. I don't like it. I don't like the Best Animated category, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to go on a little tangent rant here. Because it's like, okay, if you're a good movie, you're a good movie. Then be nominated for Best Picture. Like, I don't like how it's like, oh, we created this animated category, so now we're never going to put an animated movie into Best Picture. You know, it's like, no. If it's that good of a movie, then put it in with the other categories. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like you got to put some respect on animation here. You know, it's like, all right. Okay, Emmanuel. Oh, Emmanuel's. I don't know what that means. What? Oh, that's a little weird. Okay, we'll hide that. I don't know what that was about. All right. Oh, okay. No worries. All right. Let's see. 42 was good. Yeah, I still actually need to see 42, but I've heard great things about it. Oh, this is another one I saw that I did not care for, though. 21 Bridges. Did you guys see that one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was one that the Russo brothers did. I mean, I really like the Russo brothers directing like things they can adapt, like the comic book stuff. But whenever they've tried original stuff like 21 Bridges, Cherry, things like that, Extraction, I think, was another one. I have not cared for those movies at all. So I think they're good directors at adapting stuff, but the original stuff, I'm not a big fan of. That's me. All right, Hisham says, "What's your favorite foreign superhero movie?" I don't know if I've seen any foreign superhero movies.
Foreign superhero
movies. I don't think I've seen any. I can't even think of one.
I saw this one that was like a Russian Justice League, and this guy turned into a bear, and that was awesome. I just don't remember the name of it, but it was kind of cheesy, but I kind of like cheesy sometimes. So I was like, I like this. This is pretty cool. Oh, it was all obviously subtitled.
That sounds cool. Yeah,
it was.
I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. But yeah. The foreign movies are like, I need to get caught up on more foreign movies. Like, I need to see a lot more because I heard there's some good stuff out there. Let's see. Thurgood. Oh, okay, yeah. Craig says Thurgood Marshall. I remember seeing that one. Actually, that is quite a good movie. If you like courtroom drama kind of mystery movies, Marshall's a really good one. Very good. Known today as a landmark Supreme Court justice, Marshall was a lawyer who went on to the Supreme Court. Yeah, that was actually a very good movie. I remember that one now. Really good. Let's see. Okay, let's get back to our questions here. Let's see. Question 3. What do you think of the characters so far introduced in Black Panther? So I know we were mentioning some of these characters already. Like I said, Killmonger, he's number 1 for me, and they did him dirty in Black Panther. Now I'm still holding on hope that maybe he can come back some way because it's MCU, Fate, Death, the universe. So there's always a
multiverse.
Chance. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's probably like a million Killmongers out there.
Wasn't there a What If episode with him? And it was, Jordan came back for it too.
Oh, see, there you go. Yep. So it's only a matter of time. But yeah, I really like him. And but I mean, all the characters really good. M'Baku, I want to see more M'Baku for sure. More Siri, of course. She was really cool. I love the science with all of that. But yeah, I think those are my standout characters. You guys, what are your favorite characters again? Benny, what was your favorite?
M'Baku was cool with his club. I know he's going to come back for number 2, so I'm excited for that, to see him fight. Killmonger was great. I do wish he would come back anyway, multiverse, or he's not really dead, or anything really would be great to see him. Yeah, mainly those two are my standouts.
And then Last American Girl, your favorite character so far?
Probably Shuri. Shuri, I think she's so smart and she's a great leader, and I have high hopes that she ends up being the next
Black Panther. Okay, all right, yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that in a future question for sure. All right, let's take a look at these comments here. Let's see. Get on up.
James Brown.
Okay, yeah, haven't seen that one.
That was a good one.
Let's see. All right, okay, let's go back to questions here. All right, we saw that one. Okay, question 4. What did we think of the Wakanda Forever trailers? Now, the trailers have looked pretty cool. I just don't really know the full-on story yet, but that's what I kind of like. They give us a little bit of themes in there. Like we see a little bit of Namor in there. That looks really cool. But it didn't give us a whole lot of story, I would say. So you kind of have to try to piece some things together. I don't think we got a main villain that showed up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was like, okay, this is the villain there, unless it is Namor. And then we get like at the end, there's a new Black Panther, right? But we don't know who that is. Just a very short glimpse of it. And it looks like there's going to be some somber moments, of course, which I'm guessing is going to be the tribute to Chadwick out there. So I mean, that's really all that I got out of the trailers. They looked really cool, though. It's just it didn't give us too much of the story, at least from what I'm remembering. Benny, are you remembering any? It's been a little bit since I've watched the trailer, so maybe you remember more than me out of this one.
Well, I just did a rewatch of the trailer last night after I did a rewatch of the movie to prepare me for this. Yeah, I came in prepared for this.
You did your homework. Good job.
I did my homework. Yes, I came in prepared this time. And I like the trailers because they didn't give away too many story points, because I don't like when I watch a trailer and I'm like, well, now I know what's going to happen throughout the entire movie. It's predictable. So the fact that they didn't give away everything, I enjoyed. They showed Namor, they showed the Black Panther, they showed those somber moments, like you said, of the tribute, and they had good music to it. So I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it too, because I felt like with the last movie we saw, Black Adam, right? I felt like the trailer gave us too much, right? Like we would kind of connect what the story was going to be about. This, I felt like they gave us enough to get excited about it, a little bit of teases in there, but really didn't reveal like, okay, this is beat for beat what the story is going to play out as. And I do like that. So hopefully that means maybe there's even some surprises in there for us that they're holding back on. That could be pretty exciting too. So that's kind of getting me intrigued by that. But Last American Girl, what do you think of the trailers?
Like we're saying, they don't really give out too much. In contrast to the Black Adam trailer that told us exactly what was going on. This one, I think it's I liked the way the trailer was made, how it kind of focuses more on the cinematography and the backgrounds, and I think that's kind of hyping me up for it, because it's not too much context. It's just excitement to go back to the movies in big screen.
Yeah, it gets me more excited for the movie, especially how you describe it that way, right? Showing the cinematography, because it looks like a really cool movie. Like visually, I think this movie is going to be stunning. Kind of what the Avatar trailers have been doing too, where they're showing kind of glimpses of stuff. They're showing how cool it looks visually, but not really giving us like a beat for beat story. So Disney, I think, is starting to do that a little bit more now. Just kind of give us, you know, maybe a flavor of what the movie is going to be, but don't actually tell us what the full-on story is. And so I'm happy with that. If it turns out good, then probably I'm going to have a bigger, you know, shocked and surprised moment. So I'm all for that, saving that for the theater experience. All right, let's take a look at question 5. And once again, everybody, make sure you are leaving comments and questions out there about Wakanda Forever, MCU in general. We love to answer those questions and make this interactive. And if you're watching on the replay, even though it's not live after that, make sure you still leave comments, because I'm going to respond to everybody out there too. All right, question 5. what would you have done with the Black Panther T'Challa character going forward? Because we know this was a very controversial moment. There's people on every side with this one. There was no, you cannot cast T'Challa at all. You know what? It wouldn't be respectful to do so. Things like that, right? And then there's people that, hey, actually, the way to honor Chadwick is to pass it along, have somebody carry on the torch. And so it was back and forth, everybody on different sides, switching sides throughout different periods. Because I feel like when it first started, I would say there's probably more people that are saying don't recast. But I think as we got a little bit later on, I think there was more people saying recast, even though there's people on different sides here. Now, for me personally, just my personal opinions here, I would not want to recast, and the reason why I wouldn't want to recast is because I never like recasting of characters in movies, just because I don't think the character like ever flows well. Like you can tell, okay, like the character is just portrayed differently, right? So it doesn't really match up with the character. So that's why I don't like it. It's like when they did the Mummy movies, right? And if you guys
No.
seen the Mummy 3, right, they had the
Yep.
recasting of the female lead. And I'm like, what is this? No, just no. This is not matching up with the character personality at all. This is so weird. So that's why I wouldn't have gone with a recasting, and literally for that reason mainly. But Benny, do you think they made the right choice here? Because I don't think they did recast T'Challa. I think the T'Challa character is now going to be out of the story, right? Whether, you know, they pay a tribute but not coming back there.
Yeah. I think they made the right choice, but it's not the choice I would have made. I would have done the recast in honor of the character. I understand why they didn't, to retire him, kind of like when a football player retires, they retire his number and his jersey, just like baseball players, same thing. So they're retiring the character. So I understand why they did it, and it's respectful. But I would have honored the character more and recast it. I know I'm gonna get some hate for that, which is fine. But I would have recast it as long as they found the right actor to do it and can actually do it properly. Then I would have been down for a recast because there's so much Black Panther story that could have gone with it.
Oh yeah, and there's definitely arguments out there to be made that once again the way to honor Chadwick or his character T'Challa is to continue on with that character because the character meant so much to so many people, right? I mean, this goes back to the comic books of T'Challa as a character and everything like that. So yeah, definitely arguments on both sides, absolutely. Last American Girl, where do you fall on this question?
I think I fall somewhere in between you guys. I fall on the side of Mike in the sense that I don't like recasts. I feel for all you Witcher fans who
okay.
And I've had it happen to me and so many other things, and like you get so used to the way an actor portrays a certain character that it's just so different to see someone else step in. It's very, very difficult to recast, and the fact that Chadwick Boseman did such a great job with the character, it just seems weird to recast it. However, I do side with Benny in the sense that there's still so much Black Panther content out there, and that to just end it here, it's not good for the character. I mean, they did it for Captain America, and they've done it for, hopefully in the future, for Iron Man as well. So I do think that they can continue doing that. And I honestly think that this is what's going to be happening. T'Challa as a character himself is not being recast, but Black Panther, having a new Black Panther to carry on the rest of the stories is going to be a presence.
Yeah. And we've seen these recastings before already in the MCU, like with War Machine, right? When Don Cheadle took over. That went fine. That went smoothly.
Yeah,
we carried
that
on with
work.
the War Machine character, right? No issues.
With Hulk, our original Hulk, I can't imagine anyone other than dang, I forget his name.
So I preferred Edward Norton, actually. I preferred Edward Norton by far. What's the new Hulk actor?
Mark Ruffalo.
This is a whole
I
nother
love
topic
him.
for
I can't
another
imagine
day.
anyone
I
else.
like Mark Ruffalo.
I love
Oh
Mark
gosh.
Ruffalo.
Okay, I'm
Then
on
again,
my
I've
island
liked
over here.
I've liked all three actors for the Hulk: Eric Bana, Ed Norton, and Mark Ruffalo. I thought they all did a good job in their own version of it.
Yeah, the whole character, I'm so mad at the MCU.
Well, with
Everything with the Hulk
yeah,
character that they've done. Mark Ruffalo, I can't take him seriously. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't take him seriously. But oh my god. I mean, this is a whole nother story for another day.
yep,
But like how they made him Professor Hulk and all that. What?
yeah, that's
No, go back to Hulk smash. That's what I
yeah.
want.
Just get
Hulk
sad with
smash.
Hulk.
That's it. Like you should be smashing the like button out there. Hulk smash. That is it. We don't need any of this thinking about it. Okay, no Professor Hulk no more. That's my thoughts. That's my little mini rant right there. All right, let's see. Let's
That's
look
fair.
at these comments here. All right, let's go to Craig says, "Do you think this movie will make $1 billion?" I think it has a chance to make $1 billion, and we'll talk about that when we get to the box office, but I don't think it's a guarantee. Movie Hunter 2020 says, it is the same with Batman. Not everyone is happy when someone new takes over the role, but it always works out.
Yep.
Sometimes it works out. I don't know if it worked out with Batman and Robin, but
Oh, that's fair.
you know, I don't know if it always works out, but I mean, it has to continue, right? Like you got to continue on the character. Like I wouldn't want like, okay, now we get no more Batman movies, right? Or now we don't get no Superman movies or Spider-Man. I'd rather get the character, you know. To me, the character means so much to so many people. Like I want the comic book characters to live on, right? They're great characters, you know. Eventually you're gonna have to do recastings at some point, no matter what. I mean, it's like the James Bond movies, longest movie franchise in history, right? They're always replacing James Bond, and you know that seems to work out okay. Oh, there we go, Craig. You were just reading
there
my
you go.
mind. James Bond
James
has
Bond.
many actors. There you go. And it kind of gives a different like flavor to the different Bond movies too. So it's kind of cool in that way as well. Let's see. Evil Kangaroo says, I hope they don't recast the character, but I think they can make a canon animated Black Panther movie if the audience needs to know background story or if they want to expand the history. I like that. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
So that way you do get the character T'Challa back in some way, just in a different form. Yeah, that could possibly work. I want to put it past
that could work out.
A Black Panther, yep. Craig says daylight savings time tomorrow. Fall back. Ooh, it is. I had no idea. Wait, fall back. Do we lose an hour or get an hour?
Yeah. I think we lose an hour.
Are we losing an hour? Oh no, I hate when
I think so.
We're setting it backwards.
So we're all going to be extra tired.
I barely got used to the other thing.
I know that it's always flopping back and forth.
You never know.
All right. Okay, so question 6 here. What cameos would you like to see in Wakanda Forever? Once again, I don't want them to go too heavy into too many cameos. I don't want them to get overstuffed, but I'm definitely okay with some post-credit scenes here. And I would like to get more excitement for movies like, you know, Doctor Doom was brought up. If we want to get excited for a Fantastic Four movie, maybe an X-Men movie, maybe. I just don't know if those are too early in, you know, pre-production for any of that stuff to happen. So I don't know if we would go with a post-credit scene to set up like a third Black Panther movie or maybe to lead into Ant-Man, right? Because Ant-Man would be the next one, I think, after this one.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe get a post-credit scene for Ant-Man Quantumania. I could see that happening. I don't know if there's going to be 1 or 2 post-credit scenes here. That'd be cool if they did too. Cameos, I don't know. Like I said, Killmonger all day. Bring him back in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, that's probably what I would go with. Benny, any cameos you want to see out there?
Yeah, Don Cheadle, War Machine. I think with the way they're doing with Ironheart, you know, how she has armor now and all that stuff, maybe have a post-credit scene of him going and talking to her about the legacy of Iron Man or something like that, or bringing her into the fold of that part of the universe. I think that would be cool. And
have they ever done that where they've used like post-credit scenes to lead into TV shows? Because I think it's in movies, right? I don't know if they've ever led into a TV show for post-credit. Have they? I'm trying to remember.
Maybe with the Black Widow one, when they introduced with the character of Yelena, she was in the Hawkeye show.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know they've done it the other way around, but I don't know if like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She did show up in that show, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
she
too
did.
many. There's too many MCU projects.
There's a lot of
I'm
keeping
gonna need
track.
a spreadsheet next time with all this stuff. Like, okay, this
I,
is that
yeah.
project.
We'll make a
How
whole
about,
little chart thingy, y'all.
yeah. How about you, Last American Girl? Any cameos you want to see?
As we're saying that, it's such a good standalone movie that I don't want it to be another movie that requires me going back or having to do homework in order to enjoy it. But it'd be really cool to see Killmonger again and have Michael B. Jordan be back. But also just maybe a cameo with a preview for something. Maybe we can bring in Professor Hulk.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another
Where we left
recast they're
off.
doing too, right?
Mhm.
With Roth and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Let's see. Okay. All right. Actually, let's go to the comments real quick. All right. Let's see. Okay, clock goes back. So we gain an hour. Yay, more sleeping time. This is good, everybody. All right. That means staying up late watching more movies, okay? All right, Hisham. Don't know. Sorry, not a okay. All right, let's go back to let's see. All right, question 7. How do you think the Wakanda Forever story will play out without looking at any of the leaks? Just your predictions. And once again, it's really hard to piece the story together, but I'm guessing they're going to do some tribute to Chadwick Boseman, right? You know, maybe have, kind of a funeral sequence for the T'Challa character, explain all that. I would guess that'd be kind of the beginning. And then I think it's really just going to evolve around Namor and then the Wakandan people going to war with each other, I'm guessing, over something. And I think that's going to be the central conflict there. That's really all I can piece together. I don't know if another bigger villain's going to come out at the end, which I really don't want that to happen. I'm getting tired of the superhero movies where it's like third act, big CGI villain, same thing, world ending. Yeah. We've seen it so many times. I would actually be pretty happy if we just keep it that story. Wakanda versus whatever they call it. What's Namor's? It's not called is it called Atlantis or?
No, it's not Atlantis in this one. It's like Talocan or something like that.
Okay. And I would be happy with just them kind of having that focus there on it. Basically, it's a war. Maybe they don't really want to go to war with each other, but for some reason they do come into conflict and they have to go to war. I would go with just a story like that. Keep it simple, to the point. Benny, how would you approach this story? Or how do you think the story is actually going to play out? Because I'm trying to piece it together still. It's like I'm a little bit all over the place on it.
Basically, like that. There's going to be some type of the tribute to Chadwick Boseman at the beginning, his T'Challa. And then like a little bit down the line, maybe there's going to be like some type of oil spill or whatever that hurts Namor's people. And he's going to like do a big old tidal wave to destroy the place that did that. And some of Wakanda's people are going to get hurt or killed in it, causing a conflict between the two. So there's going to be more like a hero of his own story. That's how he's going to view himself versus Wakanda's. So I don't think there's going to be one shoehorn villain CGI'd at the end. I think it's going to be this against this.
Yeah, and I really like that, like how you said with Namor. Namor's gonna think he's the hero of his people, right? He's just defending his people, and then who's ever leading Wakanda now is defending their people, and so it's not like a true just a villain being bad for the sake of being bad, right? A more complex kind of villain, and I want to see that, right? Like Thanos had a very complex philosophy about him, right? He just wasn't bad to be bad, right? Whereas like in the Black Adam movie, it was like bad villain just to be bad, right? It was just evil for evil's sake, almost like, right? So I like that. I like that story dynamic. I really hope, once again, I really hope they don't bring in a CGI third act villain. I'm just at that point. I'm done with this. I hope they don't do that. Now, I just thought about it though. Do we think the outside world is going to go into this movie much, or is it literally just going to be a contained story with Wakanda and this water empire? Do we think outside world will come into it at all? Do you guys think
minimal?
Minimal.
Yeah.
I think that
I think they'll have.
Based on the cinematography from the trailers, there wasn't too much on the outside world going on, and the fact that it's already also beautiful in the trailers, I don't see why they would spoil it with the real world.
Yeah, we don't want to see no skyscrapers in like LA or something, you know. But the only thing that makes me think that the outside world will play some kind of part is because at the end of Black Panther, I know that was a big thing, right? They wanted to open up Wakanda to the outside world, like how that outreach center in Oakland, right? They talked about. So I think the outside world will play a part in it. I don't know how much, and I'm okay if it isn't a major focus, but I do hopefully they tie it in a little bit just so it connects with the first Black Panther movie. But yeah, I mean, well, once again, like I said, from the trailers, we don't know too much here. But Last American Girl, do you think anything else is going to happen in this story?
I think a main focus here on the story is going to be the tributes to Chad Brosnan and how addressing who the new Black Panther is going to be if there is a new one. So
Yeah.
I think those are important things that are going to happen here. But
and that's a good point. Let's talk about that. Where do we think there is going to be a new Black Panther? Do we think there's going to be multiple people trying to take over the Black Panther mantle? Like in the trailer, was that just kind of something to throw us off? Like and they've done that in trailers before where they've, kind of thrown us off. So maybe we don't get that at all. Maybe it was just added into the trailer. I could see that happening too. I think we will get a new Black Panther, but I really have no idea who it's going to be. But let's kind of say who we think it's most likely going to be. Of course, I would love it to be Killmonger if he showed up. But who do I think it's actually going to be? I guess I'm going to go. I feel like Siri is a safe bet for it to be. But I kind of want it to be like Ibaku too. Like I think that would be a really cool idea as well. So tough to decide. Or it could be a whole new person too that we haven't even seen before. But I think I'll make the safe bet and we'll say I think probably Siri is my most likely guess, with probably Ibaku or random. I know Killmonger shows up somehow. Benny, what do you think? Who's most likely going to be a Black Panther if you think there is going to be a Black Panther, a new one introduced here?
It's going to be the sister. I'm like 90% sure it's her. Like based off the, pictures that they have for the posters and all this stuff, and based off comic books, I'm like 90% sure it's going to be her.
Yeah. And who would be another choice too would be I'm sorry, what was the love interest's name in that first
Nakia?
Yes. What if she was the new Black, because there was all those hints to her, like she could be a good queen, things like that, right? She was close with Black Panther. I could almost see her stepping into that role as well. So that could be a cool choice too. Last American Girl, what do you think?
I'm wondering, you guys who just recently watched the movies, wasn't there some sort of requirement to be Black Panther, and that was the whole plot of it, that they were fighting over who had the right for it?
Yeah, you could. You have to be the challenge. You have to be a part of the royal family, or I think one of the main leaders of another tribe. Was that kind of what it was? Because I know other tribes could challenge too, but I don't know. Could that be anybody within the different?
I think it's anybody within any tribe, like a champion for that tribe can challenge for it. I think royal family has like first dibs to challenge.
Could you be a part of your own tribe? and like just be like, oh, I'm starting my own and I'm challenging here.
I think if it's a part of your own tribe, it has to be someone a part of the royal family.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
So I think it was like those main 5 tribes from the first one.
So I think that kind of limits on who can end up taking over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that
things might be different with the depth.
Oh yeah, they could always change things too.
Yep.
So, Last American Girl, if you had to say right now, what's your best guess?
Sure.
Okay, so I think we're all saying that's
a safe bet
right there. But I feel like I know that's the safe bet, but I kind of want them to surprise us in a way too. So, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm tired of surprises.
You're tired of surprises? No more subverting expectations. Give us what we want. I'm okay with that too, because I'd rather they give us what we want than surprise us and it turns out terrible. Because we can get a good surprise, fair. But there's nothing worse than a bad surprise. So I would go with a safe bet too over a bad surprise. Yeah, it's like if you get a gift or something for like your birthday or a Christmas or something, and you're surprised by it, but you're like, what did I just get? What is this? Yeah, we definitely don't want that. All right. Okay, wait, let's look at the comments actually. We don't want to forget about there. We got Mama Blu-ray in the house. Hey, Mama Blu-ray. Thanks for stopping by. Where's Sue at? Is Sue joining the live stream too? Yeah, definitely let us know. We got Movie Hunter 2020. Hi, Mama Blu-ray. Hi, Movie Hunter. All right, Movie Hunter 2020. Wondering if the earthquake in the ocean mentioned in Endgame is the start of this new story we are going to see. I didn't even think about that. There was an earthquake in the ocean during Endgame?
Yes, it was. They mentioned it. There was like a small part that they mentioned in Endgame. I think it'll come to play.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That totally flew past me, so I had no idea. That would make sense, though. That would be a cool connection. Evil Kangaroo says, would you like to see Shang-Chi character again? What movie would you like to see him in before Shang-Chi 2? To me, Shang-Chi has been the best Marvel movie that's come out recently. Like, to me, all the other projects have been pretty average. Shang-Chi was amazing. Now, that can make my top 10 list of all time for MCU movies, because that movie, everything was good in that movie. Acting, cast, cinematography, the story, it was funny, had great action moments. I mean, that bus sequence alone was like phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to see Shang-Chi again. I don't know where I would have him show up, though. I mean, I would prefer a Shang-Chi, too. I don't know where else he would. I mean, like, I don't think he's going to show up in Wakanda forever. Imagine that. I mean, that would be an interesting cameo, but I don't think so. How about you guys? Would you guys want to see him show up in anything else before Shang-Chi?
Ant-Man.
Oh, an Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, Quantumania. Because if you watch the trailer, one of the things in Ant-Man, it has like these rings around one of Kang's machines, and it has like symbols, and it's all blue, kind of like the 10 rings that Shang-Chi wears in the movie. So I was like, that would be a nice way to connect it. So maybe in a cameo at the end, Wong goes to go talk to Ant-Man and bring Shang-Chi with him. Because I just rewatched Shang-Chi also, and I was like, that one was surprisingly really good, way better than I remembered it.
Yeah, Shang-Chi that was an awesome movie. That I remember that in the theater. Like, that was epic. It was like cool action sequence after action sequence, but had good comedy sprinkled in there. Like, it was a blast. Last American Girl, do you think Shang-Chi will show up anywhere?
I think that they missed the opportunity to have him show up places. I was wanting him to come back for the Doctor Strange and Wanda.
Oh.
They brought him in there. In She-Hulk, there was a lot of opportunity to bring him in there as well. It's just been so much, and honestly, I thought that the Eternals were going to be tying into his movie as well, and they missed out on that opportunity. Also, Marvel's Where's My Harry Styles?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be getting no Harry Styles. I think after yeah, I don't think
no.
so. Did you guys ever see Don't Worry, Darling? Did you guys see that one?
Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah.
We went to go, yeah, we watched it.
Yeah, Harry Styles to me he kind of stood out in that movie just has the weakest part. But that's just my opinion. I thought, you're like, I disagree. He was the best
Yep, you
part.
should not have said that to her. I'm about to hear about this all week now.
No, but that's how I usually feel. Like with singers, very rarely do I feel like when they get into an acting role, like they're on the level of other actors. It doesn't mean they can't do a decent job, but I usually, like, when you compare, I feel like I'd probably say the only exceptions, I think Lady Gaga has actually gotten pretty decent. But that's the only one I can really remember. Maybe like, and it depends on the movie too, like Eminem in 8 Mile, because that was his story. He was really good in that. But that's really all I can think of. But hey, you never know. We might get a cameo with Harry Styles. It could happen. It's a possibility. Maybe
in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, there you go.
I think if anything, that'd be the one to bring him in as a cameo.
Yeah. Because I really don't think we're gonna get an Eternals 2. Do you guys think we're gonna ever get another Eternals?
I don't know. It did so bad.
Based off how the movie did, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think yeah. And I actually really thought Eternals was pretty good. Like, I thought there was some cool stuff in that movie. Yeah, there were some flaws, but I thought there was some cool stuff. All right, Mama Blu-ray says, I think it will be his sister too. Yep, that's a safe bet. Sue is at home. Let's see, I'm going to see that movie without any expectations. It's going to have a lot. Yeah, and I think that's honestly the best way to see a lot of movies is go in with, just average expectations. And if it turns out great, then you're like, oh, pleasantly surprised. If you go too high expectations and it lets you down, you're just, it's not good. All right, let's take a look at our next question here. And we're on question 7. Question 8. Okay, we're flying through these questions. That's good. Question 8. How would you rank your excitement level for this movie? So I do want to keep my excitement, not too high. I don't want to go in with high expectations and be disappointed. Before probably watching Black Panther again, I might have said I was at like an average, maybe a 5. But after watching Black Panther, because Black Panther was just so good that hyped me up more, I'm going to go with a 7 because I want to see what they do with Namor. I want to see all the tribute stuff. And I think if they can, once again, do what they did with Black Panther, focus on a self-contained story with good characters, just a well-made movie, I think that's where I'm going to be really delighted. So I'll go with a 7 on my excitement level. And once again, it loses a few points just because, the story got changed so many times with, of course, the passing of Chadwick. And so I don't know if the script is going to come together perfectly. Once again, I have to see the movie to see that. But then also, once again, the other MCU projects have kind of been average. But once again, this could be like Shang-Chi, where Shang-Chi was amazing. This could be the next amazing MCU movie. So I'm going to keep hope alive with that. Benny, what's your excitement level?
I'm going high on this one. I'm going to 8.5.
Ooh, 8.5.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I'm excited for Namor because he has little wings on his feet, just like the comics. He was the first mutant technically in the comics. So I'm like, maybe that can lead into something X-Men related.
X-Men, yes.
And I just watched the first one last night, so I'm like still reeling off of that one. Ryan Coogler did great, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in with an 8.5, maybe an 8.6.
It's a good thing I made you a Namor in the thumbnail then.
that was good. I got a good laugh out of that.
There you go. Last American Girl, what's your excitement level?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I'm at let's go 7.5.
Okay.
I haven't rewatched it, so I think that's what's getting you two hyped for it.
It did. I'm telling you. Before that, I was a little bit more. But that first movie was a really well-made film.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'll have to go back to it, and then I'll let you guys know if my opinion changes there. But also, sequels have a tendency of disappointing me, with the exception of Top Gun.
Top Gun is amazing. Oh, wonderful.
Sequels have the tendency to disappoint me, so I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want Doctor Strange or Thor or any of that to happen again.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking, oh wait, I
Yeah.
really like some sequels, but I was thinking like DC stuff, like The Dark Knight, like Superman 2, like things like that. But then once you said MCU with the Thor 2, I'm like, oh.
Well,
I
there
kind of
was
suppressed
Captain America
those
Winter
nightmares.
Soldier.
Oh, there we go.
The
Winter
Winter
Soldier
Soldier
was
was a great sequel.
amazing.
That's one of my top 10s.
I
I
love
didn't like
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
Ah,
Whoa, okay.
what?
No, this is
Okay.
okay.
I
All
was the
right.
captain. Winter
That
Soldier
was
was just so
Oh my,
long.
I
that was
love Winter
in my
Soldier.
top 10.
Winter
That
Soldier
might
is
be one
high
of my
up.
top 5.
Yeah, I think it's in my top 5
Really?
too. Yeah, Winter Soldier is
Yeah.
amazing.
Girl, you're
Oh my
crazy.
Where am
goodness.
I?
Uh,
How did I end up here?
I don't even know you anymore.
I know. I'm like, what happened? What's going on? This is madness around here. Okay. All right. We can all agree though. Thor 2, disappointment. Okay.
Oh yeah. We
All
won't
right.
even. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to comments here. Where are we at? All right. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Evil Kangaroo says, I really like Eminem music. Yes, I agree. And I will be
Let's
doing an
go.
unboxing of that because I got an exclusive steelbook and I just watched it
Oh.
last night in 4K for the first time. So stay tuned on the channel for that.
Watch a day.
Oh, how many movies I watch a day? I at least watch one movie. Like that's a requirement. Like you got to make every day a movie day. So at least one movie. But on like a weekend, if I can squeeze in like 2 movies in a day, a really good day is if you can get like 3 movies in. Ooh, that's like an amazing day. Hey, there's some days. I think it was in the summer where I did like 4 movies in a day once. But that's like where I woke up like early in the morning. And I'm like, okay, we're just gonna watch movies all day. I don't got nothing to do.
Speaking of
I've done that. I've done that with Star Wars marathons all day.
All right. Let's see. Craig says, what movie format will you watch in theater? So I think I'm just going to see it on a standard screen. I would love to go farther to go to a premium screen like an IMAX, or I love Screen X. Screen X is my favorite with the 270-degree immersion at the Regals. That's the best format for me anyway. But I think my first viewing, I think it's going to be a standard screen just because I got to drive like 45 to get to a premium screen. But how about you guys? Benny, where you watching it? And
I'll probably just watch it in standard. There's a Cinemark. Yeah, I'll just go to like a Cinemark 16.
That's a whole
like
nother rant. I have a whole bunch of rant stories on Cinemark. Oh, Cinemark.
Well, I don't get. I don't have too many options for movie theaters. So I don't even have one in my town. I have to go out of town just to go watch a movie.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, Cinemark has done me dirty before on a few occasions. I've had some words with them before, but that's a story for another day. Their customer service, I'll say, is their weakest part of their business. I'll leave it at that. All right.
Management. I think it's the management because I have a theater literally 5 minutes from my house, and I don't go there. Like I try to avoid going there and I will drive the extra 20 minutes to go to Cinemark. Because of customer service. So I think that's such a huge point to make it with movie theaters is how you treat your customers. But my Cinemark is good.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad there's a good one out there.
Mine ain't bad. Mine is pretty decent.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, it is theater specific, and like you mentioned, the management there, because that can change the whole theater experience, right? Like what, like I was getting mad at Regal. Like I go to Regal all the time, and I had a whole like rant video on them because they didn't have like Pepsi Zero in for like literally months and months. Like they did not have Pepsi Zero in forever, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like what's things like that. Right.
I went to see the because Coldplay was live streaming their concert, and I went to go see that at my local movie theater because it was the only one that was playing it, and they cut the stream. It was
they refund you?
I mean, I got to see what I was there to see, but it's awkward. Movie theaters. Ugh. Yeah. But anyway, back to the question. I will be seeing this in a regular theater. I don't know does this one have a 3D element?
I don't think so.
It'll probably be a gimmick 3D.
Yeah.
I call it.
Gimmick 3D. Okay.
Yeah, I really try to avoid 3D unless like the movie was made for 3D. I think the new
Mhm.
Avatar movie I think that one's gonna have like a heavy focus on 3D if I'm guessing right. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but that's one movie I'd kind of like to see in 3D. Water stuff in 3D looks pretty cool, but
That'd be real cool.
yeah. All right, Amazing Anna says hello. Hi, Mama Blu-ray. Hi, Anna. Yeah. We don't have a Cinemark. Yeah, we only have Regals by us, so
Oh,
yeah. We have a Regal. Oh yeah, and we have Galaxy. That's the really nice luxury seat one. If they had like an unlimited pass, I would be like going to them all the time. Mama Blu-ray says we have IMAX and Dolby. Ooh, those are so good. Dolby and IMAX. Oh, I love the Dolby theaters. Like
I like
their
Dolby.
speakers. Woo, their projector is phenomenal.
I think my Cinemark has a Dolby theater, and that's usually where I go to these movies.
Oh, there you go. No wonder. Yeah.
I also like the heated seats. I think that's the biggest plus.
You get heated seats.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had heated seats. Oh my goodness. Heated.
I think my Cinemark has heated seats.
Yeah, your
Oh my
Cinemark has that
goodness.
too.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
my
just
Cinemark has heated
understand
seats,
what
recliners, all that stuff.
heated.
It's a nice
my
Cinemark.
goodness.
Like Regal, for us, like we have we have our Regal isn't good. It's still those like bouncy chairs.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm lucky if like the chair doesn't even have like gum on it or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, the chairs are terrible at my Regal for sure. And I ask them every time. I'm like, "Are you guys gonna upgrade one of these days?" You know. Regal IMAX or AMC IMAX. They're the same. I mean, it just depends on the screen specifically. But both are good. IMAX is always good, especially if the film is filmed with an IMAX camera. That's where it makes a big difference. Let's see, AMC. Oh yes, I like AMC, but yeah, we don't have an AMC by us. No. Heated seats. Amazing Anna. See, she's like, "There's heated seats." Please don't tell Apple Valley upgraded. Oh, that was the Cinemark I was talking about. That I was ranting on.
The one right there on Just Rancher. Yeah.
Yeah. That one has the heated seats.
No. I'm talking about the Cinemark in Victorville at the mall.
Oh yeah. We have huge recliners. See, that's nice. That's like today. I think I'm gonna go to. We're gonna drive a little bit farther to go to this better premium Regal that actually has like a VIP section, and I think those seats are recliners. So I'm gonna try that out. Hopefully, that works out well. All right, let's get back.
To let us know the difference with the VIP experience.
Yeah, I know they give like drinks and popcorn and like ice cream and stuff like that included. So I know that's a big selling point. Yeah. But yeah, the VIP is the only one I haven't tried. Like I've tried the 40X, I've tried the Screen X, the IMAX. So it's gonna be my first time on the VIP, but I will definitely do a 1 minute reaction to it for sure. All right, let's see. Okay, question 9 here. All right, our prediction on how much it will make at the box office opening weekend. Like I want to be optimistic and be like, oh, it's gonna make 100 million, and that would be amazing if it did, but I don't think it is. I'm gonna go, I think 80, then maybe 90 top. I feel trying to be a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go 80. No, I'll meet in the middle. I'll go 85 million. Just because I think streaming has really hurt like people going to the movies. Like I just don't think as many people are going out to the movie theaters anymore. Even for the big blockbusters, it's tough to get people out. Like Top Gun Maverick was able to do it, but I'm trying to think any other movie this year really hasn't been able to bring out the crowds in that many numbers. So I'll say 85, maybe 90. I don't think it's gonna hit past the 100 mil mark though. Benny, what do you think?
I'm gonna disagree. It is a Marvel movie. It is for Chadwick Boseman as a remembrance of him. So I think it's gonna cross the 100 plus.
Ooh, that would be great.
The last Marvel movie. Yeah, didn't Thor cross 100 plus? If I'm not mistaken.
100?
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if those out there in the audience, let us know if Thor cross the 100 mil mark opening weekend domestic. I
Yeah,
know
'cause
Thor did
I
good
think
overall. Did Thor get to $1 billion?
I don't know if it hit $1 billion though.
I don't think it did. I think it got, was it 800 million? Like above 800 million. I know Multiverse of Madness barely got to $1 billion. So I think this one could have some legs on it. I think it's going to play in theaters for quite some time, probably even through the holiday season. So I think it's going to do good in the long run. So I could see it pushing probably above $1 billion.
And plus, what else is out right now as competition? I don't think there's anything big.
Yeah.
Black Adam.
Yeah, we still got Black Adam. And then once we do get to the holiday season, we are going to have Avatar 2. So that's probably where.
But for this opening weekend, I don't think there's any big competition. So I think this one's going to cross 100 plus.
Oh, actually, there is an amazing movie coming out that I need to tell people about. The Fabelmans, directed by Steven Spielberg. Spielberg is the GOAT. So I'm going to see that movie as well. That opening weekend, but Spielberg is my favorite director, so you know.
When's that coming out?
That's coming out Black Panther weekend.
The same weekend? Okay, so there will be some competition.
Yeah, but it's gonna be, I guess you would call it counter programming, because people that are going to see Black Panther 2 are probably not going to go see the Fabelmans. Like Amazing Anna, she's not going to go see the Fabelmans, but she'll go see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You know what I mean? So they have different audiences.
Yeah.
The Fabelmans is probably going to be more of the older crowd, you know, and me, of course. But yeah, you know. All right. So Benny, you think over 100 mil opening weekend? All right.
I'm going big for this one. 8.5, 8.6 excitement, 100 plus weekend.
All right. So then, are you thinking definitely over $1 billion in the long run? Then
I'm not going to go that far.
Oh,
but maybe close. It might get close to it, if anything. But we'll see.
I think it's going to hit over $1 billion actually in the long run. Because Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness got to $1 billion, and Black Panther 1.
Okay, that's fair. If that one could do it, then
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last American Girl. What do you think?
I think it's going to fall a little short of the $1 billion. It's gonna be up there, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, with sequels, it's just a little difficult. But we do have the hype of the remembrance of it, and trying to see what direction they take with that one. This one's just very difficult for me to predict, because I don't know. I don't know the status of like also people who are going to the movies, especially now that the holidays are starting back up. Is this a movie that you take your family to go see, or is it one that you go with your friends, or how does too many factors here for me to consider?
Yeah, it's tough. And if this movie came out 3 years ago, I would say over $1 billion easily. But I don't know, just from what I've seen, there's just been such a decline in theater goers for a lot of movies. I don't know if this is going to be the movie that people rally behind. Like Top Gun Maverick, that was a movie people rallied behind. Same with Spider-Man No Way Home. And I think Spider-Man No Way Home, I don't know what that made opening weekend. Was it just above 100 million, I think it was? Or was it like 150? It did really good. I know it did really good. Maybe it was like 150 plus. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did get over 100 million, but I don't think it's like for sure 100%. I still think it's a chance it falls a little bit short, but we're going to have to see how that plays out. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, let's see. Okay. Amazing Anna says, with the mall movie theater upgrade. And I was angry.
Yeah, we got the recliner seats there.
Because when we used to go to those theaters, they were not upgraded.
It has a Starbucks in the house.
Oh, a Starbucks in the theater?
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
That one I go to.
That's the one me and her.
Yeah. I go to another one, and that one has like an ice cream parlor. Like
What is going on here? Right when we get out of that area, they start doing cool stuff. That's that's how it always goes. I tell you. All right, amazing, Mega Mike. That was the theater where we had our first. Oh yeah, and our first
that's
movie.
sweet.
What movie?
Chappie. Chappie is our movie.
Oh,
Chappie. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Love and
Well, that
Thunder.
means you guys got to go back.
143 million.
You guys gotta come visit. We'll make a movie day out of it.
Yeah, we got to eventually, but well, actually, we don't really have any reason to because her family used to be down in that area, but then her family like moved off to Washington, so now it's like
You guys need to keep going up.
All right, let's see. Craig says plus Veterans Day is a holiday. Yeah, that's true. So it's a longer weekend.
Yeah,
it's
gonna help out.
That could definitely help. But I'm trying to remember if Veterans Day weekend though has been like a big weekend for moviegoers. I'm not sure if it has. I know like Thanksgiving week is a pretty decent week for movies. It might be that it'll definitely help a bit at least. Let's see. Amazing Anna says Starbucks in the theater. I know there was a Starbucks inside the mall. Yeah, Chappie.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our.
There's a few now. There's the one in Barnes and Noble.
There's Starbucks everywhere, huh?
Yeah, the Barnes and Noble one.
Yeah, you know who's been taking over around here has been Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros has been like everywhere around here. Yeah.
There's a Dutch Bros there too.
Oh my goodness!
There's Dutch Bros down the street from the theater. Yeah,
yeah,
it was nice. They played good music.
All right, question.
What do they do?
All right, how does this movie change the MCU going forward? Now, before the script change and before the passing of Chadwick and all this, I would have said, Black Panther could have been like the main leader of the new Avengers, right? Because, we didn't have Captain America anymore. We didn't have Iron Man. So who was going to step up to the plate? It could have been Black Panther. But now I think, of course, with all the tragedy, everything like that, I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. So it's, I mean, I don't know. We know the projects that are out there, right? We know the 2 Avenger movies, we know Thunderbolts, we know things like that. But I don't know if this movie is going to really change much going forward. I don't know if it's going to have a big impact. Once again, I almost feel like it's going to be more of a self-contained story, which I kind of want too. Like, I would be happy, with an MCU movie just being more self-contained. I don't feel like everything has to super connect all the time with the MCU, or lead into something else. So I'm okay if it's a standalone movie, and I would prefer that. So I don't think it's going to change too much MCU going forward, but it could. I mean, they could throw in a post-credit scene. Here we go. We got the X-Men. We got the Fantastic Four. Things are about to go down. Who knows? Maybe Deadpool shows up with Wolverine and says, "Hello, everybody." Like, it could get outrageous quickly with those post-credit scenes. But I don't think that's going to happen. What do you think, Benny? Do you think this movie is really going to change the MCU going forward, or?
Not much. I think this one's mainly going to be. It's going to be a great movie standalone, and it's going to be good for introducing the other new characters, like the new Black Panther, Ironheart, Namor, all those. But I don't think it's going to be the movie to change the MCU going forward. That I think is going to be the next Ant-Man because of Kang.
Oh yes, definitely. And now with Namor, you just got me thinking here. Do we think Namor is going to have a big part in the MCU going forward, or is he really going to be kind of contained to this story and maybe a future Black Panther movie? Do we think, or is he going to be now sprinkled throughout the MCU?
I think he'll be sprinkled. I don't think he's going to have a big part, but like maybe in the Avengers, him and his people will help fight because his city is under demise or something like that. So maybe later on they'll bring him in more, but not as like an Avenger or anything like that.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. You always got to wonder, with these new characters they're introducing, are they actually going to be like main Avenger characters, or are they going to be more side characters in future movies? So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the MCU, it's madness right now. We have no idea what's going on. When the MCU first started out, when we started seeing, okay, we know Iron Man's going to be an Avenger, we know Thor, we know Captain America. Like, it was there. Like, we knew exactly what was going to happen. Now it's like, all right, who gets to be a part of the main group. And if you're not a part of the main group, hey, well, not all hope is lost. You could be a part of the Thunderbolts, right? Or another group. Or maybe you get your own TV show. You even got Agatha.
Yeah, West
getting
Coast
her own
Avengers
TV
and all
show.
that.
I know, it's wild right now. It's something. Or if not, hey, you can show up through the multiverse now, right? So you never even die in the MCU. You just, you know, in another universe, right? So it's wild. Last American Girl, what do you think? Do you
It's
think
wild.
more?
There's nothing there. I don't even know when I go to the movies anymore if I'm with the MCU. I don't even know if I'm going to go see a sequel or a standalone movie. It's just so random now with everything that's been coming out. So I don't know, but I like the shows. I really like them.
So you're really for the show. See, I'm so like, I'm over the shows. I'm like, I'm good without the shows now. I want movies, but you know, I liked WandaVision. If they can get the shows back up to that quality, then I'm all for the shows. So we'll see. All right, so let's see. Let's run through the comments here, and then we'll do our little sign offs. But let's see. Black Panther ice cream. Do they have a special ice cream for the movie? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, like the kind you used to get off the little ice cream trucks with the little heads. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
Those are real good.
Ball eyes. Those are really good.
They never come out like the way they're supposed to.
Evil Kangaroo says, would you like to see John Bernthal return as a Punisher? Oh yeah, that's why I'm so mad at Thunderbolts. Everybody knows Punisher is my favorite hero of all time. So I thought he was going to be in Thunderbolts because he's supposed to be based off the comics. But I don't think there's going to be Punisher in Thunderbolts. So that's why I'm so like disappointed with the movie. Now, I don't know if I would go with John Bernthal. I don't know if I really like them putting the TV characters, mixing them into the movie characters. I don't know if I'm all for that. I'm more like I want to keep TV with TV and then movie with movie. I would bring back Thomas Jane from that 2000 and what was it, 3 or 4 Punisher movie. I bring back Thomas. He was my favorite Punisher. He was awesome. I'd bring him back, honestly. But yeah, that's what we need to see, a new Punisher movie. There we go.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, he's going to be in the new Daredevil. He's also going to be in another new show that they're making.
Yeah. Shows. Yeah.
I know. Yep, I know.
And then, what was it? Oh, but not everything in the MCU is certain either, because
that's fair.
There's stuff going on with Blade right now. I don't know if you guys heard about all the Blade news, but like there's issues with that. Like they're going back to the drawing board on Blade. We don't know if we're even going to get the same actor. So that's a big mess right now too. I mean, is MCU going the way of like DC where like things are getting changed and messy and all that?
Shelved and canceled and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that's I'm telling you, they're doing too much right now. It's like, calm down, MCU. Let's calm down. All right. Let's bring it back a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see our question here. Emlo says, hi, just found out about the live stream. Oh yeah, Emlo. Oh yeah, I don't think you have an Instagram. If you do, though, anybody out there that wants to know when I'm going to be having live streams, things like that, you can always check on Instagram. I will add to the story, make different posts about it, to kind of notify people ahead of time. But also on the YouTube, you should see it when I set up a live stream. So I think I set this one up yesterday. If you're checking yesterday, you might have seen it as well. But I'm glad you're able to join now. Thank you so much for the support. And you can always watch the replay as well. So yeah, if you ever join a live
when you subscribe, you can set an alert. So that way it alerts you to your phone when a live goes on. So
on the notifications.
There we go. That's a good plug right there. Everybody turn on that notification bell so you never miss mega movie content. Okay, you need to have that notification bell turned on. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so there we go with our questions here. So we'll kind of do our sign offs here. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment forever, of course. All right. Yes. But yeah, let's I'm gonna give my co-host here a chance to kind of say some some things they want to the audience that they want to share, where to follow their online adventures and whatnot. So let me bring them up real quick. So let's go, Benny.
Oh, that was a close-up. I wasn't ready for that.
You got the spotlight.
Thank you for
Benny.
having me. Yep, thank you. Yeah. Welcome to the Benny Show. No. Thank you for having me. I'm always happy to do this. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's B to the Bennyth Power. I post occasionally, but not all the time. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And then, of course, we got to have a Last American Girl.
Last American Girl here. Wow, that's my room. Oh, okay. Let's see. Got a few good shows coming up, including Harry Styles. Got pit tickets for that, so that's something to look forward to. Got some Charlie Puth coming up. I love Charlie Puth. Last American Girl on Instagram. DM me first. Let me know Mike sent you. And yeah.
All right, there we go. All right. And so, once again, co-host, thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I think this got my hype level up a little bit more. So maybe I'm at like an 8 excitement now for Wakanda.
There you go. Join me.
So definitely everybody out there, you're going to want to make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of these pre-game shows we do, any of these post-game shows we do, because you know we're going to have a post-game show for this. This is going to be an awesome movie to talk about after the fact, and we'll try to keep it spoiler-free for the most part. And if we do go into any spoilers, we'll give you some warning. So that should be another show to look forward to for everyone. Once again, I do tons of physical media collecting content out there. I got a lot of other live streams planned, like a Spielberg live stream coming up here in the next week or two. So that's going to be a lot of fun to prepare for the Fablemans. And yeah, once again, out of the theater reaction. So all that great fun stuff out there. So once again, everybody, thank you for all the support. Thanks for joining in on the live stream. Thanks for all the comments and interaction. Once again, if you're watching this on the replay, definitely feel free to leave some comments because I will answer those. But once again, remember to make every day a movie day. Have a good one, everyone.